All right, guys, got another one. This is a 2008 Chrysler PT Cruiser with the check engine light on. I hooked up my scanner. It's loading up right now. So I want to show you what codes we got and where we go from there. All right, I want to run through this one real quick. I got one code under the engine. So let me see what that code is real quick. I think I saw P0340. Let me double check this. Yep, there it is. Check engine lights on, P0340, cam position sensor circuit, bank 1 sensor 1. So this car's getting a cam sensor. That's it for the video, guys. Peace. I'll see you on the next one.
Gotcha, bitch.
Just kidding. So let's see. Customer says check engine lights on. She says she had trouble starting it a couple days ago. But when I drove it in, the light wasn't on. So let me just verify this. So car starts up fine right now. There's 85,206 miles on the odometer. And what I want to look at, let's see if there's any PIDs for the cam sensor. We'll go under data and see if we got anything here. Maybe under ignition. If there is a PID, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing it because the car started right up. So this is an intermittent issue. And I just want to see, here we go, cam crank. Cam sync in state. We do have something. Okay, let's see what else is here. What else is going to be helpful to us? So maybe cam crank sync last lost state. I don't see anything there. All right, well, this is a very common issue on these Chrysler PT Cruisers. So what I want to do is go get some information on this cam sensor, and I want to see how we're going to test it. So CMP is a 5-volt 3-wire Hall sensor mounted on the rear of the head. Okay, so we got 3 wires. We got our 5-volt supply, we got a sensor ground, and we got a CMP signal. Let me go hook up to all 3 of them, because if we're losing our 5-volt supply, that'll give us a cam sensor code. If we lose our ground, that'll give us a cam sensor code. And if we lose our signal, of course, that's going to give us a cam sensor code. So I'm going to go hook up to all 3 wires right now, and I'm going to see what's dropping out, if anything, and then we'll see in what direction we're going to take it from there. So let me go under the hood. This one, the cam sensor is right there. This is our cam sensor. So in order to access the wires, I have to remove this air box right here, and I'm gonna back probe them or pierce them, and then we'll look at our signals on the scope and see what it looks like, and this way we'll determine what's wrong with this car. Name that song if you guys know it. Name it. Drop it down in the comments. Okay. Hose here. Okay, here's our sensor. Okay, so there's our sensor. There's our 3 wires that we're trying to get at. So our tan yellow, that's our signal, black is our ground, and then this one I believe is our 5-volt reference. Oh, I'm blocking you. And this one I believe is our 5-volt. So let me hook up to all 3, hook up the scope. I'll put the whole box back, then we're gonna start it up, and then we'll look at our signals. All right, so those are my connections. Not the prettiest, but it's gonna do for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight to component. I'm sorry, I already know my connections. I'm gonna go to signature test, view meter, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna set up my other channels also, channel 3 and channel 4, the red one. So he's on right now, and you can already see the yellow one. The yellow channel has a 5-volt reference, so that looks okay right now. There's also 5 volts on the red one, but that's my cam signal. And I'm gonna start it up right now, and we're gonna see what everything looks like. So let me go start it up. Okay, here we go. All right, starts up fine. Customer was complaining of a startup issue. And let's see what we got here. So we got our 5-volt reference. That stays at 5. We got our ground. That's pretty close to ground. That's pretty good. And our signal is our red one. If you use a voltmeter, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see around 2.5 volts. But if you're using a scope, then you're going to look at a signal like this. Let me just lower that for you. Put the blue one a little bit higher. So that right there Everything looks good right now. Now this is an intermittent issue, so let me just do some wiggling over here. Maybe we can get something to act up. Maybe wiggle the harness, move it around. And I'm not seeing any changes here. So why do we have a P0340? Everything is there like it's supposed to. 5-volt reference, ground, and signals all there. So let me think. Everything looks good right now. Let me pick my brain a little bit and I'll come back to you guys real quick.
2 hours later.
Alright, so check it out. I did some digging around and this is what I came up with. I don't know if you can see inside this connector very well, but I'll try to zoom in as best as I can. But the pin that's all the way to the left, it's actually broken. So that pin, that goes to the wire, the one that I pierced right here. You can see where I pierced it. That is our tan yellow. That's our cam signal. So hopefully that picks up good for you guys, but I'll try to zoom it in and once I start editing the video. But that pin all the way to the left, it's broken. So what I think is happening here is this is an issue when the car's cold, and right now that the car's warm, everything expands. So since this metal in here is expanding, it's making good contact with the cam sensor in there. But when the car's cold, everything in here shrinks and it doesn't make good contact, and that's what gives this lady the crank no start at times. There's nothing wrong with the cam sensor. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna leave it alone. And I know you guys probably say change it while you're already there, but the thing is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know, what if I get a sensor and it's the defective sensor, and now we have even more problems? This right here is OE. It hasn't been changed, so I'm not gonna touch it. But hopefully that clears up for you guys right there. And let me just order this connector, put in a new one, and then we can ship this car on the way. And there's no need for me to show you the after scope readings because they were good to begin with. This is intermittent, and there's your intermittent issue right there, all the way to the left. That pin all the way to the left. I'll try to take them out after and I'll try to show them to you, but that's what it's gonna be. So let me just finish this up for you guys. I got the new connector in. This one right here on the right is the new connector. You can see the pins inside, how they're spread out real nice. The one on the left, so far left, especially on this left connector, is the one that's broken. So hopefully this side-by-side comparison works for you guys. Right now what I'm gonna do is swap out this connector. I'm gonna use crimp and seal connectors. Usually I would solder them, but kind of in a hurry right now, so I gotta get this car going. But there it is. Hopefully the side-by-side comparison does you justice. So let me get to work and we'll finish this car up.
Para mi gente.
Alright, look, that's what it looks like after I did the crimp and seal connectors. Just gotta wrap them up in a little conduit, but that's not going anywhere. And that's pretty much the new connector. I'm gonna leave that sensor there. I'm gonna button everything up, then we're gonna start it and get this car out of here. And then I'll keep you guys posted if the sensor ever does go bad or this doesn't fix a problem, because this is one of our regular customers. But that to me looks like the problem right there. No need to change the cam sensor or anything like that. So hopefully you guys like this one, and let me just button it up and then we'll ship it. That's what it looks like when it's all wrapped up. Make sure it looks like this is how it came from the factory. Make it look as professional as you can, and then just clean everything up and vámonos. Alright, last thing you want to do is go ahead and clear the code. So I got my little code reader here. I'm gonna clear the codes and then give the car a good test drive. Make sure that the customer's symptoms are still not there. I mean, I'm gonna call this one a fix. I already told you guys, but clear the codes, start it up, make sure the check engine light is gone, and make sure it runs good. So pretty much we got here a 2008 PT Cruiser, camshaft sensor position code P0340, no cam sensor needed. So that's it for this one, homies. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.